preparation for departure, please ensure your seat back and tray table are upright.
Voilà, monsieur.
If it's alright, I wanna kick it with you all night, all night. Have a good time. Ain't gotta worry, cause it's alright, it's alright.
Boy, does it feel good to be back home and take a stroll down memory lane. You see, this is the apartment block where I grew up. This used to be my room right there. This is my primary school, my high school, my college. This, I think, is the place where I used to buy weed at. This is the first production company to ever hire me. And this is where my sports videography career all started.
All night, all night, all night, baby. Don't be shy, don't be shy, don't be shy, baby. All night and all night, ain't gotta worry, cause it's alright, it's alright.
The reason I'm here is obviously to visit family and friends, but the reason I brought my camera this time is because 14 years ago my sister gave birth a couple months early actually to a little human being that we used to call the shrimp because of how small he was. But over the years the shrimp got bigger and bigger real quick, and to the point to now he's 6'2", 185 pounds, 14-year-old, and yes, he does play basketball.
All night, all night, all night, baby. Don't be shy, don't be shy, don't be shy, baby. All night and all night, ain't gotta worry, cause it's alright, it's alright.
He's so good at it actually that a lot of both Canadian and American schools are trying to woo him and recruit him. So my goal while I'm here is to film him in action so I can ultimately produce a recruiting video that will hopefully get him into the school of his choice. So I'm on my way to film a training session, and after that, the day after tomorrow, actually, I'm filming him playing at an actual game. I'm thinking after that we can regroup and discuss the do's and don'ts of a recruiting video.
Lie. My brothers don't die, we just rusty bark. I tell your girl to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off. Ay, you ain't got a clue, let's be honest. I had a couple seasons made a forest. I put in the work and take the profit. Looking at my girl like what a goddess. Thank God. Rule number 2, don't make the promise. If you can't keep the deal, then just be honest. I can never die, I'm Chuck Norris. Fuck the government and fuck Boris, yeah. I'm a villain, killing when I'm barring. Brothers in the hood just like the movie that I'm starring. Service in my whip, I phone the boss to bring my car in. I could probably take a chick, but I just wouldn't cause she's jarring. Ooh, I got the sauce. Don't know what you for. Catch me up and snowing in my sliders and my shorts. Chick trying to get my brother flips to share his thoughts. I think he's trying to tell me I should tell her he don't talk, I don't fuck with her. Yeah, I used to hit it, but you're stuck with her. Man, I wouldn't even try my luck with her. Yeah, let's say I'm bougie, way too exclusive. Chilling in Dubai, know I get it all inclusive. Now may I ask if you can find it in your spirit? To leave us all alone and go and mind your fucking business. Looking in the mirror saying my key or the illest. When I'm James Bond trying to live my movie like I'm Idris. So we telling them, look, my brothers don't die, we just rusty bop. I tell you I got to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off. My brothers don't die, we just rusty bop. I tell you I got to link me at the coffee shop. Getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Alright, so let's discuss the do's and don'ts of a recruiting video while I'm rapidly losing daylight on my last night actually in Montreal, while sipping my Tim Hortons coffee. If you know, you know. Yeah, basically there's two main things that you need to be conscious of when doing a recruiting video. One of them is your audience, because first of all, I'm not I should have started by saying that I'm not an expert in recruiting videos. I do highlight reels mainly, game recaps, that sort of thing. And when you do those, your audience is online. They're looking for entertainment. They want to be, excited. They want action, all that sort of stuff, effects. They want to be impressed basically by your editing skills. But when you're doing a recruiting video, you're dealing with someone whose job it is to watch video after video, just like yours, for a very specific reason, which is to find talent. So they don't really care about your editing skills. What they want to see is the player. Basically, the things that the athlete does best, you want to make sure that you highlight those, that you make it easy for that recruiter to see those things and make the recruiter's job as easy as possible.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself. I feel like I'm falling in and out of consciousness, yeah. Now we starting to talk, let's killing all the progress. Really hard to process, you treat me like an object. Baby, we toxic, can we stay on topic? I feel like we lost it,
Okay, so last night was getting way too dark and also way too windy, so I just went back home, saw my parents, and now it's 24 hours later. I'm in San Francisco after 2 short flights, about to hit the big one to Melbourne, Australia. So let me wrap this up with a few more points about recruiting videos, but before, let's just finish the point I was making about filming the right content for recruiters. Just to give you an example, if you're filming a basketball player, for example, if it's a tall 7-footer or whatever who's known for blocking shots, hopefully you guys can still hear me. If he's a shot blocker, you obviously want to focus more on the defensive end of the court. You know the reasons why people are recruiting him, so make sure you're filming that type of content. And also the point that I wanted to make is that you want game footage because you want to show them how they react instinctively during game situations, but it's also good to go on the court.
Fais encore un autre où est-ce que tu passes à côté de moi. Nice. Cool. On va faire encore, puis dis-moi quel bord tu vas passer, je vais essayer de tourner avec toi. OK. Nice.
When I saw my nephew, I went to training and we stayed afterwards for an extra 20, not even, 15 minutes, and I filmed him on the court with the camera from up close to really be able to show his shooting technique and a few different things. But the point is that the coaches are looking for very specific things, so if you can show them those things, you have a much better chance of grabbing their attention than the other videos that are all filmed from very far with a phone, for example, or the videos that are just all over the place with effects and music and all that sort of stuff that a 45-year-old recruiter who's got 25 videos to watch couldn't care less about. By the way, a question that I get all the time from parents, they always want to know if filming with a phone is good enough for a recruiting video, and my answer to that is it depends. Because if you're getting close, you're getting good quality footage, and by good quality I mean if we can actually see your kid play and do his or her thing like I mentioned before, then the quality of the footage itself doesn't really matter. As long as we can see properly, it's all good. Like I said, recruiters don't care. But if you're shooting from the stands and it's it's hard to identify who your kid actually is, that's not gonna cut it. And that's the dilemma of a parent. Most of the time, you're either you want to film, but you also want to watch because you care. If you really want to do a good recruiting video, I hate to say it, but it's one or the other. You either watch or you film, but you can't do both. So my suggestion is sometimes you watch, sometimes you film. And just pick the games that you don't mind filming and go from there. When it comes to duration, I'd say definitely keep it short because like I said, recruiters have a lot of videos to watch, so they won't sit there to watch 5-10 minutes of your kid doing the same thing over and over and over. So I strongly suggest that you keep it to maybe 2 minutes, like 2:30 would be very pushing it in my humble opinion. So yeah, keep it short.
Pull me closer. Love's in the air, but I'm not breathing. Broken heart need repairing, you're the reason. On a hospital bed, the pain not leaving. You been arrows to the chest, I can't stop bleeding.
My second to last point is that you gotta make sure that the video stands out from the rest. So there's many ways to do that. You can use high quality, for example, high quality footage, high quality editing, without falling into the trap of adding too many effects and things like that take away the attention from the athlete. But even if you keep it simple, it's easy to see the difference between a high quality video and an average one. I mean, I for one don't really go too crazy into effects, and I think my videos are okay. But anyway, there's other ways you can use storytelling, for example, which actually brings me into my last point, which is that you need to have the athlete's personality shine through as well. It's not just about the skills, it's about the personality too. So, you got to use your storytelling skills to do that. One easy way to do it is to get the athlete to actually talk, to do like a voiceover. So obviously the footage will be just sort of skill-based, sort of B-roll stuff, but you can record a voiceover where the athlete would talk about, their love for the sport, their aspirations, maybe why they want to go to that particular school, things like that. You might want a parent also to get involved, a teammate, a coach. So anyway, there's many ways to go about it, but the goal is always the same. You want your video to be simple, effective, and tell a story, a very simple but effective story, basically. So yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, but I have to go. I've got a plane to catch.
Pull me closer.
So one last note to all my Montreal friends. I just want to say thank you for the last 2 weeks. It was awesome. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. You guys know already, but I thought I'd say it on camera. And yeah, looking forward to next time. See you.